Welcome to Boy Time Podcast. We're gonna get litty time, yeah. Oh, it's your Boy Time Podcast. Coming in with the slam dunk of a theme song.
Hi ho ho, it's me, Damien Chazelle, back at it again with a new episode of the Boy Time Podcast. And as always, I'm joined by Babby and Paul.
Hello.
For some reason, it feels like we haven't done one of these in a while, but it's only been a week. So,
Been a long week.
a long week, I tell you what.
What?
We have another Slam Dunk episode. Last week, we had a lot to talk about with D23 and all of the Disney things that were announced.
Stupid things.
Stupid, idiot things. And then it was announced, I don't remember what day of the week this happened. I think it was Tuesday? Something like that. I think it was the 13th. That Nintendo and Sony both had their big directs. Well, Sony's is called a state of play, which for some reason, every time Sony does a state of play, people never go on the blog post which explains what we're gonna see. So like, people were like, "Yo, we're gonna get a new Infamous game. We're gonna get Sly Cooper 5. We're gonna get, I don't know, Days Gone 2," and it's like, no, stupid idiot. Go on the blog post.
Don't ruin their hopes and dreams. It's part of the thrill.
Well, no. If you go on it, it says that it's all Japanese studios.
Oh.
So I'm like, yeah, we're not going to get anything from any of the American studios, the Canadian studios, anything like that. Except we did get something from...
Except you did. So.
Except there was one thing from what are they called? The frickin' God of War fellas. Not to spoil anything, but I think everybody knew it was going to happen. I think isn't it Santa Monica Studios?
This was spoiled.
I don't remember.
Yes, which is in California. So that is the one thing that was there that was not from Japan. But I think everything else was Japan only. So that's pretty fun. Nintendo is also Japanese. There's a connection in there somewhere. So, yeah, we'll talk about that. We haven't really gotten a whole lot of other news. A lot of just miscellaneous things, but some exciting things, I think. So, we'll talk about that. We haven't done any... Oh, we also watched the regular show movie and American Psycho. Talk about those. We have not started The Sopranos yet. Things just keep coming up. So, we'll get to it. And also, Atlanta, Season 4. We just watched the first 2 episodes right before we recorded this. So, we'll talk about that. So, it's going to be a packed episode this week. But we can just get started with gaming, because always.
Yes, please.
Big thing before we get into Nintendo Direct Sony stuff, we have a few miscellaneous things. I think the big thing that happened aside from those 2 events is that 343 founder and head of studio Bonnie Ross is leaving the company. 343 Studios, of course, is the studio responsible for Halo after Bungie left. So I don't know if this has anything to do with all the backlash that Infinity has been getting. I don't know, or if she's just leaving. But it sounds like that 343 is getting ready to do a big old company overhaul, whatever that means. So, yeah, I don't know. Sounds like Season 3 is going to be a whole year long, actually, instead of 6 months. Which is actually the way to do it, I think. You got to have your seasons be really long so that you finish them in the first month and then you have nothing to do for 5 months. So,
There you go.
I say that's a good thing. And then the other kind of miscellaneous thing that came out in gaming is that Deathloop is coming to Xbox Game Pass on September 20th.
Let's go.
Famously, Deathloop was one of those weird Bethesda games that was signed to be a PlayStation exclusive, a PlayStation 5 exclusive at that, coming out around time of the launch of the PS5. That exclusivity deal has ran out, and now it is on Game Pass. Well, not now, but tomorrow, as of when this podcast came out. Is there a reason to play it if you've already played it? I don't know, maybe. There's like a new edition thing. So there's a new weapon, a new ability, a new enemy, cross-play matchmaking, and an extended ending. So I don't know. Maybe I'll play it again and then get the real ending because I accidentally did the bad ending way too fast.
I haven't played it
About
yet.
right.
So.
Well, yeah, now you can play it.
Yeah, I can play without having to spend money on it.
That's right, which is a plus. So it is coming to PC and console. So we will be talking about things that are only going to console. Well, thing that is only going to console that it makes me kind of angry, but that's okay. We'll start with a Nintendo Direct because the Nintendo Direct was first. It was at 9 a.m. Central Time. It was, I don't know what that translates to, Japan time. The Sony Direct was at 5 p.m. that day, so I had to wake up early, and then I went to all my classes, and then I came back and then watched the Sony Direct. Here's a little secret I've come up with when watching any gaming event, but especially a Nintendo Direct. Watch it like half an hour after it starts. Because then when it's all the like bullshit anime games and farming sim games, which were especially prevalent on this Nintendo Direct, you can just skip them and it's fine. Eventually you will catch up because there's so much that is in a Nintendo Direct that is just filler or stuff that does not really matter. Like they spent a really long time bringing up the fact that Resident Evil Village is coming to the Switch along with Resident Evil 7 and 1 and 2 and 3. I think all of those are going to be cloud versions, which means you're going to have to stream it because the Switch can't run Resident Evil Village. So I'm like, skip. I eventually did get caught up and I had to watch some trailers I did not care about. But let's talk about what I do care about. I guess the first thing, they announced some Nintendo 64 games that are coming to the thing that if you pay a bunch of money to them, then you can play N64 games. We got Pilot Wings 64, good game. Mario Party 1, 2, and 3. Mario Party 1 will give you a blister on the center of your hand. Don't even try it. Well, also the Mario Party Superstars or whatever uses those mini games, and then they're like, don't do it.
Don't
do
do
it.
anyways, because that's the best way.
Because it's the best way to do it. We got Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. I didn't know two of them were on the N64, but there we go. And then we got GoldenEye.
Hooray.
Rare's best... No, that's not true. Rare's good game. The GoldenEye game. Very good. Known for its multiplayer. It has online multiplayer on Nintendo. Okay. It's not coming to the Xbox because Xbox Game Pass is also getting GoldenEye. For some reason, they really wanted to stress that there's going to be a steady frame rate. Now, it's been a while since I've played GoldenEye on the N64, but I did not remember the frame rate being bad. I guess when you get hit, then it did stutter, which isn't good. Especially when you're getting shot from all over the place and you can't see in front of you because there's fog.
Competitive.
No, it is not fit for competitive play. It is not Quake. But yeah, it's coming to Game Pass with 4K resolution, achievements, and a steady frame rate. No online play for Xbox. And this is only coming to the console Game Pass. So us PC gamers are not going to be able to play GoldenEye.
Dang it.
Which makes me kind of angry. Because I would like to play GoldenEye like completely kind of remastered like that, but don't have an Xbox, and I'm definitely not shilling out to Nintendo for bad N64 ports. So there you go. That's N64 games. We got some stuff for the Wave 3 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe thingy. We got Mary Mountain from the app. I guess they just really love porting these app maps to the whatever, the Switch, because it's easy. But we're also getting Peach Gardens from DS. Haven't played Mario Kart DS, so
I don't remember Peach Gardens.
I don't know.
I'll probably know it when I look it up.
Yeah, you might. There was a
Feels
little
like
bit of
map,
it.
I'm assuming. Oh, yeah, this map.
Okay. Is that a good
It's
one?
it's like a hedge maze. It's a pretty cool one.
Okay. You know, wait, that does sound familiar. I might have played it on someone else's DS once or something. But the other two that are coming in that wave have not been announced, but it is coming out this holiday. So more details to come, I suppose. Switch Sports. Everybody loves Switch Sports. Golf is going to be added. Everyone loves golf. It's getting a bunch of courses, including 21 courses from the Wii Sports games. So if you are very nostalgic for Wii Sports Golf or Wii Sports Resorts Golf, then you might be happy to hear that.
Oh, I'm really happy.
I know. I am too.
Thanks.
You can tell in my voice I'm really excited about Switch Sports. I think this was supposed to come out this fall, but it got delayed to this holiday. So there you go. This is the time. Okay, skipping ahead a little bit because there was a lot of stuff I did not care about. Miyamoto shows up. I think this is kind of already everybody knows what happens here. But Miyamoto shows up and he's like, yo, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Miyamoto. I'm the coolest guy in the whole wide world. You want to hear what's happening with the Mario movie? It's happening. That's all I have to say for now. Hey, did you know that the Mario World is coming to Universal Studios in Hollywood? It is. And it's coming out spring. Okay, let's talk about Pikmin. Here's 3 minutes of me talking about a Pikmin app that I made with the guys who made Pokemon Go, where you can walk around and plant flowers. Okay, also Pikmin 4 is happening. Okay, bye-bye. My name is Shigeru Miyamoto. I'm wearing a Pikmin shirt now. Okay, bye-bye. That was Miyamoto's screen time at the Nintendo Direct. He gave us no information on stuff that we really wanted to know about, and then he spent a really long time talking about an app. But I guess he really wants that Pokemon Go money again. Except I don't think Pikmin is nowhere near the franchise pull that Pokemon had.
No, and it's not like an interactive game like Pokemon Go either.
No, you just kind of
mobile
play.
game.
Yeah. Honestly, I might get it just because I walk around a lot and it would be kind of fun to plant flowers. But I don't know. It was not deserving of Miyamoto talking about it because it's Shiggy Miyamoto. But Pikmin 4 coming out next year. Didn't get any gameplay. There was a little short trailer. Looks cool. I've never been a huge fan of Pikmin. I played Pikmin 3. It was pretty good. I have not played Pikmin 1 or 2, which is the one that Olimar is in, or the ones that Olimar is in from Smash. I don't think he's in the third one. I never beat the third one, though, so it stressed me out. It made me feel sad for killing all the little guys. But people are not accepted. People are excited that Pikmin 4 is coming out. I don't remember when Pikmin 3 came out, but it's probably been 7 years. Next up, Bayonetta 3 coming out October 28th. There you go. People are excited for Bayonetta. I am not. I've never really been a fan of the beat 'em up things where you have to get the biggest combo, like Devil May Cry or the original God of War games. But to each her own. There you go. Coming out in a month. Kirby Dreamland, Return to Dreamland, the Wii game. It's coming to Switch on February 24th of next year. Remember Return to Dreamland?
Yeah.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
I actually like that game. It's very good. This is a remastered version. I don't know what content is going to be added, but they pulled a Smash Brothers for the 3DS, and then they like turned on like a really thick black outline over everything, which was not in the Wii version, but I guess that's a way to stylize it, I guess. The DDD looks really weird. It's kind of funny. If you look at the box art, or you put them side by side of the Wii version and the Switch version, and DDD looks, I don't know, he looks like a weird penguin. I mean, he is a penguin, but like they shrunk his face a lot. So it looks kind of weird. He looks like one of those potato face memes from like 2015. So there you go. Kirby news. Everybody loves Kirby. And then the big thing. We have one last thing to talk to you about. It's Breath of the Wild 2. The trailer looked pretty good. I don't really know.
There's not really a lot to
There
talk
wasn't really a lot to talk about. I mean, it's a lot of what we knew already, where there's going to be like some time elements to it. I think the first trailer we saw, there was like some rewind thing. If it's anything like Breath of the Wild 1, then they're just going to like try to expand on the tools that will just allow you to like completely break the game and have like that ultimate sense of freedom. Where it's like, you don't really get anything by progressing through the game in the first one. Like, you have the bombs, the magnet, the freeze, and the slow down time thing, and that's all you really need. And you can beat the whole game with those. It's not really like a Metroidvania like the other Zelda games are. But pretty cool. It's called Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I thought it would have been weird if they... Tears for Fears. Which is why I think that this Direct wasn't shown in the UK. Because of the mourning thing.
I think it was the National Week of Mourning.
Yeah, I was crying.
Where you can't go to the hospital.
You can't go to the hospital. Can't pay your taxes.
The Queen's death is more important than your emergency surgery that you need to have done.
Yes, you need to see the coffin, and then you need to give the crown a bunch of cash.
Yep.
It's crucial.
Do not talk ill about the king either.
Oh yeah, no, you're gonna get arrested for that.
No, you're gonna get arrested.
Even though he's a pedophile.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Breath of the Wild 2 thing. I guess it's Tears of the Kingdom now. It's gonna be weird not calling it Breath of the Wild 2. Coming out May 12th of next year. Fine. I don't know. I would have liked a March 3rd as a little nod to when the first one came out. Would be exactly 6 years after the first one came out, but gotta give a couple more months, I suppose. Gotta catch that lucrative Memorial Day fund. Is it Labor Day? I always get those two confused.
Labor Day's in September.
Okay, Memorial Day then.
Yeah.
Everybody goes out and buys video games on Memorial Day.
I know I do.
I know I do.
It's my favorite Memorial Day
In
activity.
Memorial Day sit.
Yeah, so this Memorial Day you'll be able to buy Tears of the Kingdom. The key art, I don't really have a lot to say about the key art. I will say that it reminds me a lot of, especially like the logo thing is very Twilight Princess. The key art itself looks like Skyward Sword. And as soon as I saw that key art, like I'm like, oh, that's why they re-released Skyward Sword. I think that it's going to tie in to Skyward Sword in some way, which makes sense because Skyward Sword is the first Zelda game in the Zelda timeline, and Breath of the Wild is the last one. So, actually, they have no connection. The Twilight Princess one makes more sense because Twilight Princess is like towards the end of there's like 3 branches in the Zelda timeline. We do not have time to go through the Zelda timeline because it's really confusing and doesn't really make a lot of sense and brings a lot of questions into the entire existence of video games. Yeah, it's odd. I recommend people look at it because it is probably one of the more confusing official timelines and storytelling Honestly, I think Star Wars, trying to follow everything in Star Wars is a little bit easier than trying to follow the Zelda timeline. Because it's weird. It is a weird one. So looking forward to that. But that was the big thing that they ended their direct with, obviously. No Mario news. The Mario fans, wow, they really descended on Twitter after the direct. They're like, what? We got Pikmin 4 news and not a new Mario game? I'm so upset. It's like, well,
Pikmin's so cool.
Pikmin's
though.
cool, though. And I mean, Pikmin, it's been longer since Pikmin 3 came out, like years before Odyssey came out.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's due. Donkey Kong is also due, but the Donkey Kong fans are not angry. I really hope they make a new Donkey Kong Country Returns or whatever. I love those games. I pretty much love all of the Nintendo series except for Xenoblade Chronicles, Splatoon, and do they have any other bad ones? Metroid. I hate Metroid.
You hate.
That's not true. I don't think I've played a single Metroid game. I think I rented like Prime 1 on the Wii or something. Or there was like a Prime trilogy that released on the Wii. I think I rented that a couple times. It was pretty cool. But yeah. Let's move on to Sony. And then we'll talk about which one won. Sony started with Tekken 8 coming out sometime. I don't really care about fighting games. So, I don't know. I just threw this in there because I know people are excited. PSVR news. We're getting Demio, or Demio, however you say that.
DeMeo, I think it is.
Demeo.
Damn
DeMeo.
It's the D&D
Demeo.
game. D&D VR. Pretty fun. And also the Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge. That one was just surprising because Lucas Arts and ILM kind of signed like a deal with Oculus and I guess Meta now that like all of the Star Wars games are going to be on the Quest only. It's like the Vader Immortal games are only on the Quest, I think, and
I think
this
so, yeah.
one, and then this Tales from Galaxy's Edge is also only on the Quest, but now it's coming to PlayStation VR. So
Very cool.
I would recommend it. Tales from Galaxy's Edge is pretty cool. You get to play as IG-88 on one of the levels, and it's pretty sick because like I don't know. Well, no one here has seen The Mandalorian, but in the first episode of The Mandalorian, like there's this IG hunter droid, and his arms like spin around really fast, and he like shoots everybody so accurate, and it's like that. You get to do that. It's awesome. So yeah, if you're gonna get a PSVR, I would highly recommend that one, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. But it's also just pretty fun. You get to shoot blasters at stormtroopers. Who doesn't like that? PlayStation Stars, a new loyalty program. It's free. Do you want a little NFT for your profile picture?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I do.
you do. Listen, everybody has a loyalty program nowadays, except for everybody. But PlayStation is going to really spearhead this industry. So by doing something and probably buying something, then you will be able to get digital items or models from old games to put on your profile. Ever want a little storage drive from the PlayStation 2 on your profile? Now you can get it, baby. What about a Walkman? You got it. What about the Sega Dreamcast controller? Sorry, you're shit out of luck. I don't know why you'd want that on a Sony platform. Well, now you can get a DualShock 2 or a DualShock 3 or a DualShock 1 on your profile, which is pretty awesome. It's coming out in some Asian countries, not specified, in late September, and America and Europe a couple weeks after. So we'll finally be able to get PlayStation NFTs in October. I'm pretty pumped. Rise of the Ronin. Pretty cool looking game by Team Ninja. Let me just see what Team Ninja did. I should know this. Oh, they're the Neo guys. Okay, that's a real game. Rise of the Ronin. It looks like I saw people were comparing it to Neo. I see that. It really reminded me of Ghost of Tsushima, though. There's a lot of like traversal. Like you have like a wingsuit, which is pretty sick. I love that everybody's making ninja games now, because ninjas are awesome. Sweaty. Okay. Who doesn't want
ninjas?
Who doesn't want to kill a big Japanese demon with a katana? It's awesome. As long as it isn't an anime game, I like real games with ninjas. Assassin's Creed is making a ninja game. Did you see that?
Is that what Mirage is?
No.
Or is that a different one?
Coward. What?
sorry.
Are you stupid? Did you even look at it?
No.
Assassin's Creed Mirage is the one that's set in like Babylon or something. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's
like,
what I thought it was.
yeah. No, there's another one after that. The one after that's going to be the ninja one.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're just getting ahead of schedule, I guess.
Yeah. Well, Mirage, they were like, we're doing this thing where it's like a return to the basics, you know, because the first ones were set in like, well, the second one was in Italy. I don't know where the first one was. Altair, is he Roman? Paul, you're the Assassin's Creed guy. You love Assassin's
I played
Creed, right?
Odyssey and Origins, but actually, I do think I know this though. Didn't the first one take place in like it's not like, God, was it Syria somewhere?
Probably. I don't know. Assassin's Creed.
Pretty sure.
Let me look up the Wikipedia page.
What's the freaking capital of Syria? I think it was that.
Abu Ghraib.
I don't think it's that. Could be.
It's not.
Not Antioch, is it?
Isn't it? Wait, Syria? Oh, I know. I should know this. Oh man.
Well, the capital is Aleppo, but I don't think it was Aleppo.
That's the capital of Syria. I thought it was.
Maybe.
Oh boy, this is not good.
Oh, it's Damascus.
Damascus.
I think
That's
I
it.
think it takes
sounds
place in
right.
Damascus. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the first one just takes place in the Holy Land, according to
Oh, yeah.
Wikipedia,
Yeah.
during the Third Crusade in 1191.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure Damascus is in that area that it takes place in. So
Probably, yeah. And then the other one
Yeah.
takes place in Italy. And then they're like, we're going back. We're going back to basics. We've been going back to basics already, kind of. Although, this kind of like, this is a little bit of a right turn they've been on with Origins and Odyssey and Valhalla, where they've been a little bit more
getting it
RPG
back.
based. So this one, it seems like they're bringing it back. They're bringing it back. Unity's parkour. Unity. Is that the French Revolution one?
I think so.
I think so.
I got that one for free because Notre Dame burned down, and then they gave it out.
I forgot about that.
I still have it on my Ubisoft account.
That's awesome.
I just uninstalled it yesterday because I downloaded Odyssey and I gave it a little. I played like an hour of it today. It's fine. It feels cheap, but it's okay. I'll keep playing it. Where is it set? This is such a tangent. Oh, Baghdad. Baghdad. There you go.
Baghdad.
Dad.
Everybody loves Baghdad. Yeah, they announced like 4 Assassin's Creed games. There's like a mobile one, and then there's there's like a Jade Empire one that's set in China, but that one is like not a real one. I don't know. It was too confusing. I saw the graphic and I'm like, okay, cool. The Mirage one kind of looks interesting, and then the Japanese one looks awesome because I love Japan.
Yes.
But Rise of the Ronin, which is what we were supposed to be talking about, looks pretty sick also. I described it as Ghost of Tsushima clone with guns, but I think it's probably Ghost of Tsushima and Neo, which are kind of the same game. Well, no. Neo and like Sekiro are pretty similar. Ghost of Tsushima, there's too many ninja games. I know I just said that I love ninja games, but they're a little bit hard to keep straight. But this one looks pretty cool. I like having guns, and I like being a
Shooting
ninja.
them.
And I like shooting them. Well, sometimes I like having guns and
They
not
shoot
shooting
and-
them.
Yeah, sometimes you're just cool to look at.
Yeah, that was like my favorite thing in like the old like Jedi Knight games when you would have your lightsaber. I was like, I gotta turn off my lightsaber. I just like looking at it and like just
Yeah.
walking around with an off lightsaber because then I look intimidating. That was like my thing. So it's kind of the same thing, just having a gun and not shooting it, or shooting blanks.
Oh.
I was gonna make a joke. I chose not to. We got some stuff for the God of War 2. First off, more importantly than the trailer we got, God of War controller coming out November 9th, which I think is the day that the game comes out. No, not. I searched God of War 2 and I got the actual God of War 2. You cowards, I want the other one. Yeah, November 9th is when Ragnarok comes out, so you can get a little controller. It has 2 little wolves on it. I don't know what it means because I haven't played the game yet. I thought that... Actually, no. I don't think I've recognized that symbol, so it's probably something from the game. The trailer we got, it looks good. I'm in. I was already in. I'm in. There's that scene where Kratos throws his axe and then Thor throws his hammer and then they meet and then it like does like an explosion and then Kratos gets the hammer from midair and like chops it into Thor. It's so awesome. I love God of War, the new ones. I haven't played the old ones, but man, it looks good. It looks really good actually. And I love that Atreus is like a big man now. He's not a kid anymore. He's not a boy. He's a teenager.
Boy.
He's going to be teen. Or tween. I'd like to hear Kratos say tween. I just hope that they bring back the boat. Because the boat is the best part of the God of War remake. Where, baby, have you gotten to the boat yet?
I think I remember. I think I just got to the boat, if I remember correctly. It's been a while.
The boat's the best part. Because, especially... I can't talk about spoilers. But I'm not going to
Can't even
spoil
say
it.
spoiler alert.
3
I'd-
years. I need to finish it before the next one comes out.
I'm not going to spoil it, but there's like parts early in the game where you're just like in a boat and then Atreus is like, hey dad, can you tell me a story? And then Kratos is like such a bad, well, he's just a bad talker really. He is not very charismatic at all. And he just like butchers all these really old stories and like ruins the plot and like just says the message. And then Atreus is like, oh, yeah, okay, thanks, Dad. It's like the best. I love it. So I hope they bring the boat back. That's all I ask. I'm glad that the axe is back because, dang it, I can't spoil anything. Well, no, because the axe stays, but I mean, I don't know. I just love the axe combat because the axe is awesome. I love there's like this executioner's thing where you hold down R2 and then like you slam it into a guy, and then there's a unique animation for every single enemy type, and it's awesome. I'm not a very good reviewer of games. It's just sick.
Awesome.
It's sick. So yeah, I'm excited. I don't know if pre-orders are up yet. I don't know what the
I'd
pre-order.
imagine they would be, but
I mean, yeah, we're less than 2 months out, which is crazy to say, but yeah, I'll for sure be getting that day one. Very excited. Now let's talk about who won. Was it Sony or Nintendo? It was probably Sony. Honestly, even though a lot of the Sony stuff was anime games, Rise of Ronin was pretty cool. Honestly, for me, it's between God of War and Legend of Zelda, and God of War is coming out sooner. So, Sony wins. Even though I'm a bigger Zelda fan. I'm excited for Breath of the Wild 2, but I have 7, 8 months 10 months, 8 months. Someone tell me in the comments, how many
4
months
months.
do I have?
3
I
months.
think that tends to be the consensus, is that most people, like Donkey said that Sony won. Because there was so much filler in the Nintendo thing. It was so crazy how much filler there was. I probably skipped like 40 minutes out of the hour showcase because there was so much. But yeah, that's it for gaming, except for the things that Babby has to say.
Yes. Got two things. Got Call of Duty and
Oh, yeah.
Deltarune.
Oh,
We can go between the two.
of course.
Let's go with Call of Duty first. So they have this big thing for MW2. Beta is out right now on the PlayStation. It's still a week early for PlayStation. This
Still?
exclusivity madness is going to be a little strange for the coming years. But it opens up tomorrow, so I'm going to try it on the PS4,
Okay.
see if it runs.
I mean, it should.
Yeah, but it looks really good. It looks like an improvement on Modern Warfare 19, which is obviously, I think it's in a different engine, but it looks like almost identical. But guns are completely changed. The gunsmith system is like completely different. You start out with like base weapons, and then like when you level them up, they go into like, you can turn your assault rifle into an SMG or an LMG and stuff like that.
Oh.
Like how it would be in real life. But everything looks pretty good with it so far. It looks like there's a lot of content in it. Call of Duty always looks good at this time of year.
Yeah.
Before they go and ruin it like 3 months into the actual cycle of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm gonna give it a spin and see, because I'll probably end up buying it anyways. Call of Duty's like mindless fun.
Yes.
But yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm hoping it runs well on the computer, because Modern Warfare 19 kind of like destroyed my computer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is a rough one.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But it looks really good. Weapons look smooth. Movement looks smooth. They got rid of like sliding, so people can't slide cancel around corners every single time now.
That's good.
I think there's dolphin diving now instead.
Oh, perfect.
Even better.
Yeah, gun customization looks awesome. It looks what you'd want. This is a big thing, because MW2 was like, the original MW2 was like, you know, one of the most famous shooters out there. It was kind of like the Xbox Live game.
Yeah.
That really popped off, and that game is like, the thing that made MW2 great was that everything was so OP that nothing was OP. You could pick up any gun and it would just be the most powerful gun in the world.
Yeah.
But I think Warzone's coming out like 2 weeks after the game launches. So they're doing a completely new Warzone experience. It looks huge. There's proximity chat, which is exciting. I don't know how that's going to go, but Call of Duty players with proximity chat probably should not be trusted.
Oh yeah.
But we'll see how it is. I feel like
Let's
that's
go.
going to be fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I love
And they have a new
chat.
DMZ mode that they're coming out with too. I think it's essentially Escape from Tarkov,
Oh, okay.
which would work with Infinity Ward's build of Call of Duty. It's more realistic than the Black Ops series where there's zombies running around. But I think you can play the campaign early too if you pre-order. But I don't know. I'll see.
Okay.
Call of Duty campaigns are always like sometimes the missions are cool, but I don't care about the story.
Yeah.
Especially like in Modern Warfare 19, where they blamed a American war crime on Russians. That was kind of cool.
That was pretty sick.
Yeah, they did a Highway of Death mission and blamed it on Russians when Americans actually did it in real life. But
Oh.
you know, it was still a fun campaign. Besides that, I'm just like, I don't like that.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
We got a lot of civilians. Like, but yeah, it looks great. So I'll check it out, see how it plays. But Deltarune, good old Toby's been speaking about some stuff. He gave an update.
Sure has.
Chapter 3 is not coming this year. We knew that.
What?
But I guess he's got a dev team with some people helping, and they're working on 3 through 5 at the same time, which is
Okay.
good. because then we don't have to wait a year and a half between every single chapter. So I think they're going to be coming out pretty soon after each other.
Yeah, hopefully.
But we don't have many details. He's doing like a charity sweepstakes thing. So he has a funny website up for it with like donation goals, and then it unlocks a quirky new prize after so many donation goals. Deltarune is maybe the most quirked up game on the market. So everything is just so in character at all times. But we got some new music. We got some new frames. You can kind of... I love stuff like this because you can kind of dig around this website and find all the Easter eggs and stuff. So there's a lot of like secret things. There's some like gameplay sequences. The gang has got some 1920s gangster outfits. They got some cowboy outfits.
Yo.
So I'm very excited for whenever Chapter 3 is coming. I'll probably have to replay it again before then.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It hits different when Toby Fox does something.
Yeah, that is true.
It's got so much of a, like, every detail is worked out. So
Yeah, he's a good old boy.
That's pretty much all I got.
Okay.
Just 2 things.
That's pretty fun. I'm excited. I have not played Deltarune. Probably should. It's free.
It's very good.
I think I have it downloaded. I just have not played it. So maybe I will. Well, let's talk about TV shows. Everybody loves TV shows.
I do. I watch them all the time.
I know you do. Are you a fan of Dark?
TV. I am a fan of Dark.
Never
I already
heard
know
of
this, so you're not going to blow my
I know.
mind
I
with
wasn't.
it, but-
I was talking to Paul actually.
Okay.
Yeah, you're talking to me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fan of German television program Dark.
Never heard of it, so I don't know.
L.
Oh. Well, they're making a
Big
new
L.
show. It's called 1899, coming to Netflix this winter.
That's the year Red Dead 2 takes place.
That is true. That is I can't believe you remembered that, but yeah.
I don't know why, but
Dark,
still
very
haven't
good
finished
show.
the game.
I have not either. Well, I have
Okay.
finished the game. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Dark, very good show. Very bad ending, but good show up until that point. I don't know what this is about. I don't think it's set in the same universe.
I don't think so.
I don't remember how the years work. How many years? Is it like 17 years?
That show is so complicated. I think it was like, 17 or 13 or something like that.
Or was it 50?
It wasn't 50. I know that.
How many years in the dark cycle? That'll work.
Maybe it was 33.
Yeah, it was 33.
Okay.
So
This
no,
one's got a
that isn't
ship,
right.
though.
This one is
so-
a ship, and is it set in 1899?
I would assume so.
I would assume so, but also I have no idea.
There's a video talking about the real life inspiration behind it. So if I watched that, I'm sure there would be confirmation on what this is going to be about.
Yes.
But I will not watch that during the podcast.
No. It does. I think it does have the guy who played middle-aged Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
That's that guy's name? Was it Lucas?
Um,
With a K?
Mikhail?
Mikhail?
There's something. I don't know. It's too. I need to watch that show again because there's so much going on.
Dark. Oh, he has him credited as the Stranger. Come on.
The Stranger.
The Stranger. My favorite Billy Joel record. It's Jonas. How could I forget Jonas?
Oh yeah, Jonas.
Jonas. He plays the adult Jonas, and I think he's the main character. His name is Andreas Pieschmann. Pieschmann?
Peachman.
Pietschmann. Pieschmann? 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 I'm not German. I don't know. But we'll probably watch that in the winter time when it comes out. If it's a weekly thingy, which Netflix sounds like they're going to try to do that. So we'll do that. Spectacular Spider-Man. Everyone's favorite program. Season 1 is going to be on Disney Plus on October 19th. This is regarded by a lot of people to be the best Spider-Man show. I would say it's, yeah. I have a soft spot for the 90s one because I grew up with that one. But Spectacular Spider-Man is very good. It probably has the best theme song ever. I don't know about ever. But there was this phase in the 2000s where every single theme song had to have like a rock, especially for cartoons. Like I'm thinking of Sonic Underground and the Scooby-Doo show, and Spectacular Spider-Man, where it's like, hey, does anyone know the guy who does bowling for soup? And then the executives look around and are like, yeah, probably, or we can get someone who's his non-union Mexican equivalent. And they're like, okay, cool, get that guy. That's a Simpsons reference. I'm not racist. Listen to the Spectacular Spider-Man theme song. It's pretty good. And watch the show. It's coming out on Disney Plus on October 19th. Speaking of innovative television programs, Amazon, they're hitting the iron while it's hot and steaming. Everybody loves the new Lord of the Rings show. So they decided that they're going to do another adaptation of a beloved franchise. And by franchise, I mean 2 movies. They're making a Blade Runner show. Blade Runner 2049? I've not seen that one. 2049.
Yeah.
The one made by the guy who made Dune. Very good movie, by all accounts. Was not commercially successful. So Amazon said, you know what? Not enough time has passed. We're going to make Blade Runner 2099. Going to have Spider-Man in it. It's going to be awesome. So there you go. I hope Ryan Gosling is in it, and then they give him old age makeup like Harrison Ford, except they didn't have to do old age makeup on Harrison Ford. Okay. Ted Lasso. Television program. Everyone loves Ted Lasso. I really liked season 2. Ted Lasso. Very, very good. Was it better than Barry? No.
I haven't seen it.
No.
But probably not.
It was very good. Way better than the first season. Which is I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion. I know some people really do not like the second season because they want just a comedy, a sports comedy. But the second season got into like mental health stuff, and I'm like, this is the stuff I like. Same with Atlanta, but we'll get to that. It was supposed to come out this summer, like a couple months ago. But Jason Sudeikis did a lot of filming delays, and they have not wrapped the series yet. It looks like they're setting to wrap the series by the end of the year, and then will air this winter or early spring. I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe if they wrap right now. But if they're not even done shooting yet, this ish is not going to come out until fall of 2023. Unless they overwork their editors, which Apple TV Plus would never do. Apple is a very reputable company. They have the best business practices. They would never overwork their employees. So,
Ever.
I'll talk about Ted Lasso Season 3 when it comes out. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. It got a new air date. Now it's coming out Friday the 23rd on all 4, and then on Channel 4 from the 30th. I'm not British. I don't know what that means. I'm going to watch it eventually, somehow. I don't know. All of our British viewers are like, yes, all 4 is very different from Channel 4. It's like FXX in Fox. Very different channels. So, I don't know. I don't have a license, so I might not be able to watch it on all 4.
You need a license for that channel.
I need a license for all 4 so I can watch some Muppets get gutted. And then we have 2 shows to talk about. Well, I have 2 shows to talk about. You have 1 show to talk about. Atlanta season 4. What do we think, huh?
He's very good at making season openers.
Yes. I would say this is a return to form, because season 3 is very different from seasons 1 and 2.
And it's the best season.
Yeah, I would say so. I don't know. Season 2 has a lot of good episodes.
It does.
But yeah, it's very, very good. Season 4 feels more like season 2. I mean, Donald Glover is in the first 2 episodes. Crazy. I know, it's his show. But I thought they were very good. Second episode especially. Anytime there's a therapy scene in a show or movie, I'm in. That's why I'm going to love The Sopranos so much. Because that's the whole show. It's just a mob boss going to therapy. Which is exactly the plot in GTA 5. And Analyze This. But, Sopranos did it first. So, yeah. And then in the second episode of the premiere, Donald Glover goes to therapy, and there's a frickin' It's Not Your Fault scene. It's awesome. It's Not Your Fault is a reference to the hit film Good Will Hunting, in which Robin Williams and Matt Damon have a therapy thing where talks about abuse, and then Robin Williams says it's not your fault over and over again, and then Matt Damon cries. That's what I call any therapy scene where someone cries. I call it it's not your fault. It's a little thing I came up with. Also, fun fact. This may or may not cross into fun movie fact that everybody knows, but I'm gonna say it anyways. When Steven Spielberg was making the hit film Saving Private Ryan, he hired a then unknown actor, Matt Damon, to play Private Ryan because he wanted someone who was unknown and someone who had an American-looking, like an all-American boy look. 1 year before Saving Private Ryan came out, Good Will Hunting came out, and Matt Damon was made an instant celebrity because he won like Best Writing, and everyone went and saw that movie because it's Robin Williams' best performance. And then Steven Spielberg was like, dang it. I wish I would have cast Ben Affleck. Get on, Ben Affleck. Okay. Is that all we have to say about the season 4 premiere?
I think so. It's fantastic.
We'll talk about it more.
Yeah.
This one seems to be dipping into surrealism more.
Yes.
Well, no, season 3 definitely dipped into surrealism.
No, it definitely did.
But this one...
He meshes reality with surrealism in really
which I
cool
love.
ways.
Which, this is a little nitpick to the online community, where I've seen people say that Atlanta is like excels in black surrealism. It's like that kind of undermines it, in my eyes, a little bit. Where it's like there's surrealism and then there's black surrealism, and they're different.
I mean, it's the black experience through surrealist storytelling. But, I mean, in general, it's still just surrealism. Because it meshes, like, surrealist through, like, realistic. Like, he meshes current events with surrealism. So, like, if you didn't have the context of it, you'd think it's fake, but it's not.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I mean, like the first shot in the premiere is like when I saw that Channel 5 video where he goes to Minneapolis and then he goes into Target that was getting looted in Minneapolis after the George Floyd stuff. It looked like that, even though it wasn't. It's not set in Minneapolis. They're in Atlanta. They're back in Atlanta, I guess. So yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. But speaking of Hiro Murai, because he's directed both episodes of Atlanta, the premiere, he was involved in another television program that I watched this week called The Bear. Everyone's talking about The Bear.
Bear.
It's even better than Chef. If Grant was listening, he'd be very pissed. He loves Chef. I have not seen Chef, but I mean, it looks good. I like Jon Favreau. The Bear, a great television program. I was so sad when it ended. Honestly, The season should have been 30 episodes, but unfortunately it was only 8, and they were half an hour each. So I was able to like breeze through it in 2 days. It was so good. For those who don't know, The Bear, television program about a world-renowned chef. He worked in the best restaurant in the world. He leaves that restaurant. He moves back to Chicago. He's from Chicago. Goes to Chicago, works in his brother's, I guess, just like sandwich shop. It's just called The Beef. It's like a very like family owned sandwich shop. His brother kills himself and gives the restaurant to the brother in like his will. And it's the conflict that arises. Shenanigans ensue, if you will. There are all sorts of different people who work in the kitchen. There's a new up and coming chef who like just graduated from culinary school, who looks just like Kendrick Lamar, but it's a like girl feel.
But it's
a
not.
girl Kendrick Lamar.
Oh,
I don't.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I don't know why. Well, every time I saw her, like her facial structure looks exactly like Kendrick, and it was kind of surreal to me, almost as surreal as Atlanta season 4. But yes, very, very good show. I highly recommend everyone watch it. It's on Hulu. There's 8 episodes. Season 2 is confirmed. I'm pumped. It has great music. It has a lot of Wilco in it. I don't know if that's a sell. I know a lot of people like Wilco. Has that Chicago thing that people are talking about, the Sufjan Stevens song. Not the original version, but a different version. Very good version. I actually don't even know. Is that like something that he recorded? Because it doesn't really sound like him.
It's
Probably
a demo.
is. It's a demo.
I don't remember if he re-recorded it or if it was like when Illinois was being made.
Okay. I know there is a demo version of Illinois.
Yeah.
I think I've listened to some of it. I remembered it was pretty good. Frankly, I don't know why any radio station would play the demo version when the the actual album version is I think it's better, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. That's why it's not a demo.
Yeah, well, of course. But that's the thing, is that it's like, that's how the episode starts, is that it's like a DJ, and he's like, we're gonna dipping into Sufjan Stevens, then it plays the demo version, and then it's like cutting through all these like images of Chicago. But not like the big ones. Not like, you're not gonna see the Sears Tower or the Bean or the lake. It was more like the people and like the little small town, well, not small town, but like the, if you live in Chicago, the things that you would know, and Wrigley Field. So
Nobody likes that place.
Nobody really knows Wrigley Field. It's funny because like literally everybody in the show is a White Sox fan, except one guy in the kitchen. He used to play for the Cubs, so shenanigans ensue. Highly recommend the show. You should watch it. I would watch it with you, baby, if you wanted to. I would gladly watch it again.
Okay.
It made me very sad, but also very happy. And I do not watch the show hungry.
Oh yeah.
It has, this show like really doesn't, man, every time I say this, I think of this stupid Film Bro TikTok I saw. But like, it's shot great. The cinematography in it is some of the best I've seen in a television program. Especially the food. Man, there's so many like close-ups of people preparing like the best looking food you've ever seen in your whole life. And it's like, oh, I have to stop watching this, or I have to get a granola bar. That's the only food I have in my room, is a granola bar. So like
Nice.
watching this like exquisite like beef brisket getting cut and searing over a hot grill, and I'm eating a chocolate chip granola bar. Yeah, I don't know. yeah, very, very, very good show. So watch it. Now let's talk about movie news. Don't have a lot of movie news, but we do have two things to talk about. We got two, I guess we kind of got indirectly two Taika Waititi movie news things. Taika Waititi's next movie is going to be called Next Goal Wins, starring Michael Fassbender and Elizabeth Moss, which almost makes me think it's not going to be a comedy because, well, maybe this is just because I watched 12 Years a Slave earlier this week. I cannot see Michael Fassbender in a comedy because he plays
He's a funny guy.
he plays the master in 12 Years a Slave, and he's the worst guy on the whole planet in that movie. So, wasn't he's also like Magneto in X-Men, which I guess is also a bad guy. I always get him confused. He looks just like Ewan McGregor, but he's not. I think he's British. Ewan McGregor's Irish. So, yeah, and Elizabeth Moss, she was the one in The Invisible Man. But she's very she has like she just looks very sad all the time, if I'm being honest. Oh, she's in The Handmaid's Tale. That's probably what more people know her from. And she was in Mad Men. So, yeah, that's coming out April 21st of 2023. So we'll get Taika Waititi's new movie before we get Zelda. Unfortunate. And also, I don't know how he did that because his Marvel movie just came out like a month ago. Wasn't very good, but it did come out. We don't know anything about it. I just hope that Taika Waititi also plays Hitler in this movie. That's
fun.
Yeah, that's the only type of Taika Waititi movie I like is the one where he plays Hitler. And the one where he plays a vampire. And the one that he's not in it. Oh. Good question. I don't know. Vampires aren't necessarily anti-Semitic.
No, not necessarily. I suppose that's true.
Never mind.
The ones in What We Do in the Shadows might not be.
Okay.
Might not. They're
I
old.
think Hitler is probably worse than vampires. So
Yeah. There's a debate to be had there. Who's the worst monster, Hitler or a vampire?
definitely Hitler.
But if a vampire lives for like 500 years, that's a lot of people being
Yeah, but it's
being
not
eaten.
6 million. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot
guess.
of people.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I'm defending Hitler over a vampire
In like an abstract.
in an abstract. Yeah, we don't even know what this movie's about. But also, we got some news. I guess it's Taika related. We know that Taika's Star Wars movie is going to be the next Star Wars movie. I think we've known that for about a year now. Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron movie was going to be coming out. That officially just got wiped from the release schedule. So that movie might not be coming out, period. I'm fine with that. I love Rogue Squadron. Patty Jenkins, oh man, I don't think you can recover from Wonder Woman 1984. I don't think it's possible. It might be. I guess I didn't have any faith in Rian Johnson after The Last Jedi, and then Knives Out is probably one of my favorite movies of that year, so I don't know, maybe. But we got some news that the next Star Wars film is going to be coming out on December 19th, 2025. So 3 years from now. Which makes sense because I'm pretty sure Taika has been talking about it and he's like, yeah, I haven't even written it yet. I don't know what it's going to be about. I don't know. I think he said that he doesn't want it to be, he wants it to move away from the Skywalker saga, which is good. I think he's pretty adamant that he's like, I don't want my movie to be like, oh, remember Han Solo? Han Solo's in this movie. Oh, there's Luke. It's so awesome. He wants like something completely disconnected, which I think is the way to do it. Because all of the TV shows are not that. Even though I like the TV shows, they do not take risks like Taika takes risks. Sometimes they don't pan out, but when they do, it hits. Also, we got the trailer for Babylon. I did not watch it. I'm a coward.
Unlucky.
I'm really sad about that. I got it confused for Amsterdam, which is, what's his name? I don't know. He's the guy who made Silver Linings Playbook, and oh man, he's made a lot of movies. I don't know, but it's the one that has Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, and John David Washington in it. 3 actors I love. They're very good. But I got that confused with Babylon, which has Brad Pitt and Tobey Maguire and Margot Robbie also. She's just everywhere. Margot Robbie's in like every single movie now. Not that I'm complaining. But that movie comes out on Christmas. Babylon comes out Christmas of this year. Even though I haven't seen the trailer, everybody needs to see this movie. Damien Chazelle's on a hot streak. Whiplash, one of the most intense, traumatizing movies I've ever seen. La La Land, one of the most intense, traumatizing movies I've ever seen. But that one had jazz. And it was shot like a 50s musical. And that one's awesome. Both of them are awesome. I love J.K. Simmons is in La La Land just a little bit, and he plays an uptight guy who runs a restaurant, basically reprising his role as Whiplash, just way less abusive. Everybody should see Whiplash and La La Land. Watch them back to back. Do a double feature. Double feature, Damien Chazelle, double feature. Whiplash into La La Land. You will definitely have some different emotions about both of those movies. That was a joke. That was a bait and switch.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about the 2 films that we saw this week. We need to talk about. Well, we don't really need to talk about it, but we're obliged to. We have a program where we talk about it. Regular Show, the movie. We talked about the show last week. We saw the film. What'd you think of Regular Show, the movie?
It was pretty good. I think it was definitely better than the last season. Even though it was a space element, but like it was more grounded, literally and storyline wise.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a good TV movie. Those are always, you have to like judge them a little bit differently because it was never like a theater production. It was just kind of like a longer episode special thing.
Yeah. I guess, could you compare it to the Distant Worlds Adventure Time stuff?
You could. I think Distance World mops the floor with that.
Well, yes. That is true.
Adventure Time's world building is so next level that nothing can really touch it.
Yeah, and Regular Show's not that. But that's like the only other...
And it doesn't need to be.
No. But that's like the only other thing I can think of to relate this to. Because, well, there's a Gumball movie. Maybe. I think I brought up that one is not coming out on HBO Max. We'll see if it gets picked up by other things.
Yeah.
I saw that that Batman show, the Caped Crusader, is it's getting picked up, and Netflix, Apple TV Plus, and Hulu are chomping at the bit. So we'll see who wins that bidding war. But Regular Show to movie, yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, it kind of felt like season 5 or 6 of Regular Show, which is when it came out, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is good, because I really liked those seasons. I think it's kind of like the classic thing to do when like there's a TV movie of a show that's already established, where it's like, well, these are the 2 main characters, so in a TV movie we're going to have them do a falling out, and then they get resolved at the end because they have to keep making TV shows together. But this one, it felt a little bit like that is something that Rigby would do, and Mordecai would be pissed off. So like, it felt like, even though it's a little bit of a cliche, it felt fine. I don't know. I liked it. Definitely better than the last season. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad I watched it.
We kind of finished the series in a weird timeline way, but I mean,
we did.
That's fine.
We were watching the last season, and I looked up when the movie came out, and it was like
Yeah. It was like
2016.
between 6 and 7 or something.
Yeah, it was in between, I think, the third to last and second to last. I think that's when it came out. So, very good. Don't have a whole lot to talk about there. American Psycho, a film we watched this week. What did you think of American Psycho?
It was pretty good. I mean, I feel like I've seen all the important scenes from memes,
That is true.
but I think getting the whole picture was good. I feel like I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I feel like it's a pretty straightforward movie, but like one that's done really well.
Yeah. Yeah, as I was rewatching it, I think I might be the only person in the whole wide world to consider American Psycho to be a perfect movie. There's just so much to it that I love. It's just like, and I think some of it is that I love anything with an unreliable narrator. Like, I think that's why
True.
I love, I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with Mr. Robot, because there are so many things that it does right, but then there are some things I'm like, oh, that could have been done better. Even though it's a great show. But, man, American Psycho reminded me so much of Mr. Robot, or I guess switch those two. Mr. Robot reminded me very much of American Psycho, and I think I talked about that every single season when we were discussing it on this podcast way back in the day. Don't listen to it. But yeah, now that you have seen American Psycho, do you see the parallels?
Yes, that character is just basically the same exact person in Mr. Robot. So
Yes.
I feel like they ripped it almost directly from that.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, they both worked, so
It's that guy is the same. There is a guy who is pretty much Patrick Bateman.
yeah, I'm surprised that trope isn't used more. I feel like it's such an easy, like, Wall Street guy, like, serial killer.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the interesting thing about American Psycho, and I've been thinking about it probably every single day since we've seen it. What I absolutely love about it, and there's little things that, like, as I'm thinking about it, I'm remembering, and then it, like, clicks, and then something else makes complete sense, where, like, we don't know if Patrick Bateman is even, like, a real person. Like, there are the people around him that are like, hey, Patrick, oh, look at your business card. It looks pretty good, but it's not as good as mine. But, like, outside of that circle where he is, everyone always mistakes him as someone else. Morbius. Why can't I think of his name? Jared Leto. Jared Leto. He mistakes him for someone else. His lawyer at the end, even when he sees him, he's like, oh, that Bateman guy. You said that Bateman killed all those people? Oh, I knew that was a joke because Bateman is such a dork, a dweeb. And it's like, okay, who is Patrick Bateman? Because this guy who we perceive to be Patrick Bateman might not even be the real Patrick Bateman. And it's obvious that this dude is just having, like, an absolute mental crisis, and we're seeing his mental state deteriorate throughout the entire movie to the point where we don't even know, like, Act 2 on, if the events are even happening. I mean, at the end, it's revealed that at least one of them didn't happen. I feel like maybe a lot of it probably didn't happen. It might just be all in his head. But there's always that inkling where it's like, he probably did kill that homeless dude and the dog. Did he shoot 3 bullets at a cop car and make it explode? No. Did he go up to an ATM and then the ATM said, feed me a stray cat? Probably not.
Yes.
That would be a weird glitch in the ATM system.
New York's built different.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so interesting. It's kind of, and you know, this is a little bit of a different thing, but it kind of reminds me of, like, The Sixth Sense, where you watch The Sixth Sense the first time and then boom, bombshell ending. And then you rewatch The Sixth Sense and it's like, oh, there's so much stuff in here that I did not notice before. This movie's kind of the same, except it just makes me think about it, and I've been thinking about it for a very, very long time. Even as I was watching 12 Years a Slave and The Batman, I was thinking of American Psycho. Some people hate that movie. I don't know how you hate that movie. I just
It was
love
a
it.
good movie.
I love it so much. I think next time, maybe after we finish The Sopranos, I think we're going to watch Seven, because I think you would absolutely love Seven. Do you know anything about Seven?
I've heard of it. I have not seen it.
What's in the box?
Oh, it's that movie?
It's that movie.
Okay.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
I still don't really know the majority of it. I just know that.
That is the thing. Where it's like Brad Pitt. What's in the box?
What's in the
What's in the box? Yeah, it's Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. Actually, I rewatched The Batman yesterday. The Batman is so similar to Seven. I think Seven is just a more refined The Batman, because The Batman has all the mob stuff going on. There's nothing in that in Seven. If it was just the Riddler part, that's Seven. So we'll watch that eventually, because I think you'd really like it. Because I know how much you love mysteries.
I do like a good mystery.
So this one is very similar to that. If you liked The Batman, you're going to love Seven. So we'll get to it. And I know that you're a big David Fincher fan too. So we'll get there when we get there. And then we also have a little easy bit of Who Asked for This news. Everyone's favorite segment on the program. Do you guys know Neil Blomkamp?
I feel like I do.
You do.
I don't know.
You do. Think about it. It's your favorite
I have
movie.
both names. You know this.
It's your favorite film. What's
My
your favorite film?
What is my favorite film?
Chappie.
I was not gonna say Chappie.
I thought for sure you were gonna say Chappie.
Yo.
Yeah, Neil Blomkamp, the director of District 9. That's your favorite movie. It's everyone's favorite movie. Everyone's favorite movie is District 9. Elysium. Yeah. Nobody really remembers Elysium. And then everyone hated Chappie, and everyone really hated Demonic. I think that's his fourth movie. That was really bad. He just keeps getting worse. He's kind of like an M. Night Shyamalan kind of guy, where he makes one really good movie, and then after that it's like, he's making a new film with David Harbour. That's the guy from Stranger Things. And Black Widow.
I do know what this is.
And there is a Gran Turismo film made by PlayStation Studios and Neil Blomkamp. You know, the guy that does heavy-handed social commentary in every single one of his films and also is mostly a sci-fi guy. Yeah, he's making a Gran Turismo movie with David Harbour. Who asks for this? This really epitomizes the segment.
It could bang. It won't, but it could.
Well, okay. If someone wants to make a racing movie, first of all, that's already been done 10 times, actually, if you think about it. Are you thinking? Do you know what I'm referencing?
Need for Speed.
Close.
I love Aaron Paul.
I love Aaron Paul
Ford
too.
versus Ferrari.
That's a good movie.
Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage.
How do you know that movie?
Because it's a banger, okay?
Do you just know every racing movie?
Yes.
Speed Racer.
Oh, Speed
Racing
Racer.
Stripes.
That's not American enough for me, brother.
Racing Stripes?
No, I mean Racing
Oh,
Stripes
Speed
is,
Racer. Speed Racer.
I'm a car boy and a horse girl, so of course I know Racing Stripes.
You stupid,
Very
ignorant.
Yeah.
You don't know that Racing Stripes is a zebra? It's not a
No, I
horse.
do know that. It's a horse movie though. Come on. it's in the genre.
Zebra movies are their own thing.
Okay.
There's only one, and it's Racing Stripes. That's the only zebra movie. Other than... No, that's really it. Yeah, no, this is not going to be good. I don't know if PlayStation has a good track record with movies. They made Uncharted. I think that's really all I need to say.
Yeah. You can tell by the casting that movie wasn't going to do much. So
Now, but they also are going to make The Last of Us. We don't know if that's going to be good. I mean, it looks good. The casting is good. So who knows? But this is a weird one. This is, yeah, you don't get, is that how far Neil Blomkamp's gone? He's just done making sci-fi movies. He's like, he has to sell out to PlayStation to make a car
it's
movie.
the new wave. It's the new wave.
Okay, here, I'm going to do a Gran Turismo drinking game. Every time someone says something that is anti-cop, take a shot. Every time someone says something that is anti-racist, drink a whole Coors Light. And every time someone makes an allegory of social commentary about class, that's where you sip one glass of Snoop Dogg wine. That is the official Gran Turismo drinking game. Nothing about cars, because that doesn't matter. I just know Neil Blomkamp, and he loves his heavy-handed social commentary, even though
What
he's
if
right.
What if he's taking a break? You know, like that can weigh on your mental and your creative ability. Sometimes you got to branch out.
You know,
Just make a car movie. Like, you got to go primitive with it. Like, sometimes you got to be artsy and fancy and be like, I need to make sure this is an allegory.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just got to return to car.
Sometimes you do have to return to car. I'm trying to think of demonic. That one did have class stuff. Okay, so he's not abandoned his social commentary. I think the problem that a lot of people had with Chappie is that there was way too much social commentary, that it was too muddled, where he tried to take on every single issue so that not one issue was especially good. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen in Gran Turismo, but I'm still going to set up the drinking game so you have to buy Snoop Dogg wine.
Yeah.
But that is all. That is all I have. And we'll transition over to Babby with the music segment.
Yes, sir. I'm totally prepared. Okay. I missed a lot of stuff last week, and I missed some stuff this week. I am a slacker.
Wow.
But it's fine. We'll go through what I did.
I've never missed anything, just for the record.
Yeah,
Except
I've
for the
been selling
Babylon
my game
trailer.
for so long. We've been doing too many good reactions, so it's filling my playlist with too much music that I'm listening to, and that makes me not want to listen to other things. It's as simple as that. That's my
Yeah.
excuse.
Okay.
But this week we got some a new Carly Rae Jepsen track.
Is it good?
I'll start with that. This one is very good.
Oh, okay.
I am so happy because I was so scared after, what is it, Beach House? Was that the first one?
I
think it was
don't
Beach
know.
House. Yeah, Beach House. So that was the lead single. I was not a fan of the lyrics specifically. It was way too cheesy for me. And, Carly Rae Jepsen is kind of bubblegum pop to begin with, so it takes a lot to be too cheesy.
I was going to say, I'm like, have you listened to the other lyrics?
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah.
It crossed over the quirk line.
Oh, okay.
But this one's talking to yourself. It's great. This is some great synth pop.
Okay.
The chorus is sticky. It's great. Everything is super well produced, like I expect from her at this point. This gives me faith in this new record again.
Good.
Because with Beach House, I was like, uh-oh, I think we're regressing. But
Yeah.
she saved it. The single cover is the album cover, so we're officially in that mode.
We're there.
Which is good. So that came out. That was very good. The big one this week, the big old Mondo one. I talked about this literally last week.
So Metro
as
Boomin?
it was coming out. Not Metro Boomin. Same lane though.
Okay.
Not at all. Wise Blood is back.
Yeah, that's not close at all.
Wise Blood is back. There's a new album coming out in November. Let me get the exact date here. November 18th.
Okay.
10 tracks, or 11 tracks, sorry. I thought it was 10. Oh, it is 10. Why did I see an 11 there? This site is tripping. That or I'm tripping. I can't tell anymore.
Everybody's tripping.
Yeah. But In the Darkness, Hearts Aglow is the title. She said that this is the second installment of the Titanic Rising trilogy-ish.
Oh, everybody's
which is
doing a trilogy now.
Very exciting. Because Titanic Rising, I think everybody that's listened to that album can agree that it's like one of the best things to come out of the last decade.
I don't know. I think it's pretty mid.
Yeah, we should probably. Yeah, we're gonna react to this one. So.
Oh, okay.
I think we have to. I think I'm obligated to do that.
Should we listen to Titanic Rising first?
You know, we probably should.
Will I miss out on crucial plot details?
No. You'll miss out on a lot of sound details.
Okay.
Because this new single here, it's not just me, it's everybody, is kind of in the same lane as Titanic Rising. I will say it feels more grounded. Titanic Rising is kind of soaked underwater. It's like an underwater spacey kind of sound. Okay. This one kind of tones down the reverb a little bit and has a little bit more organic instrumentation in it, but it still hits just as hard. Her voice is absolutely insane. This is definitely one of the best songs to come out this year. This is the opener too, which makes a lot of sense.
A real star-crossed move.
Yes. But this is now my most anticipated of the year.
Even more than the Three King Giz records?
Even more than the Three King Gizzard ones.
Wow.
Sorry to say. I'm still very excited for those.
Oh, me too.
King Gizzard drops so often, it's like, you know, it's just another Saturday.
They drop
this
out
is
like 5 times a year.
Yeah, yeah. This is like coming off the heels of one of the most like acclaimed albums of the last decade. 3 years later. And Titanic Rising was already, this was an album that came out before COVID, but if you heard it during COVID, this is probably your COVID album. But she kind of, I don't know if it's like an exact trilogy off of Titanic Rising. She just said a lot of the themes are going to be the same, of like, you know, society collapsing and our, you know, increasing loneliness, and that kind of stuff. So very fun topics she covers, but man, is her music fantastic. So
yeah,
we're doing a reaction to that. We might do Titanic Rising before then. I could pick it if I get a good next week, after we record.
I won't tell.
So, yeah, we can't tell. Yep.
Well, we can tell what's coming. Well, people already know what's coming out this week.
Yes.
And that is
They do know.
Loveless.
And I will not talk about it because you're going to see it in the video.
That's right.
Because I will talk about it for too long. I've listened to it only 10 times this week, I think.
Oh, I've not listened to it at all.
What?
That's a little sneak peek to the
That's a
video
little
coming
sneak
out
peek.
tonight.
We got this really weird collab that I'm excited about.
Is it Metro Boomin?
It's not Metro Boomin. Is Metro Boomin doing something? Why is he on your mind?
Because he's releasing a new album.
Oh, is
You
he?
coward. You're the music guy.
I'm sorry.
Come on. He's making Savage Mode 3.
That's just not true.
It's not true. But he is making a new record.
I think this came out on like a Thursday or a Tuesday or something weird, but this is at Algiers. They're a Atlanta post-punk band. And they teamed up on a song with Billy Woods and Backwash, which immediately I was like, okay, Billy Woods and Backwash is like a combo that I've been wanting to see forever. And then you put it on a crazy post-punk band's track. So this is a 6-minute like adventure of a song. It is so weird. It is so off the wall. But it's pretty great. Like this, like underground hip hop heads were probably just like, whoa. This is like all the most annoying people you know are like, oh my God, this song.
Great.
But I've never heard Billy rap like this, probably because it's like not on a traditional rap beat, but he still kills it. Backwash, she's got such a good performance on every song she does. She usually does like rap metal stuff, but she fits right in on here. I need a Billy Woods and Backwash like collab record or more collabs or something. They fit together very well. But that was a big surprise this week. So that was, I don't think, I'll have to check out their record whenever this full album comes out. I'm guessing this is towards an album or something. Because all the post-punk stuff I heard has been overseas love.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really know a lot about the States post-punk scene besides like early Swans, and that was not quite post-punk. It was more like new wave stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I also missed a couple records last week, so I did listen to the new Jockstrap record, I Love You, Jennifer B. We listened to Concrete Over Water on the channel in our Summer Songs video.
Did do that.
So I really like that. That it's actually like it didn't stand out to me during the album as much as I thought it would because I remember really liking it. But this is just a straight like glitch pop, like synth pop kind of record. With a lot of like organic elements in it still. It's a really weird combination. It's like the more electronic side of Radiohead, but it's kind of mixed with this post-punk wave of more organic things happening. It's hard to describe. But it sounds really great. There's a lot of like dance grooves that come in. There's a lot of cool sampled vocal snippets that are used a lot. I think What's It All About is absolutely fantastic. That's probably my favorite one so far. I forget who is in this group from Black Country. It's either Tyler or Georgia. I get the two mixed up.
Georgia.
It is Georgia. Okay. So I said this in the other video, but if Georgia can get one or two vocal tracks on the new Black Country album, that would be really cool because her voice is awesome. And then Black Country is splitting the vocals between all the group members right now, and it's actually working very well. I keep watching their live performances, and they're getting better and better with it. So I am not scared for that band at all. I just think I can't set my expectations on Ants from Up There because that album is perfect. But yeah, this is a really cool record. It's something completely different than what I usually hear because it does feel so much like a dance record, but at the same time, it's not. There's just some really weird production going on that's really cool. I need to listen to it more because a lot of the songs sound so different that I don't remember which is what. But I think What's It All About, Greatest Hits, Concrete Over Water, and Glasgow are like the highlights here. So very good, very good. I'm glad I checked it out and didn't let it go into the void. Usually I get to things and just take it a little longer than usual. Then I also listened to the new Ari Lennox record that also came out last week that I missed. Age, Sex, Location, ASL for all the cool kids out there.
Oh yeah.
This is some pretty good R&B. I know a lot of people compare her with SZA because of the whole Dreamville versus TDE thing. I'll only use her as a comparison here to be like she is a much smoother version of SZA, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like SZA does some really cool like vocal gymnastics. Ari is just like the smoothest singer on here. But yeah, it's groovy, it's rhythmic, it's got that kind of throwback R&B flavor that we've been trying to get into, and it really clicked here.
Brandy coming soon.
Brandy will be coming eventually, yes, and I'm more excited for it now because this kind of R&B is actually really nice. I just kind of had this on when I was like cleaning and doing other stuff, but yeah, it's pretty good.
Stuff.
I am stuff. No way. But I think POF, Pressure, Boy Bye with Lucky Day is like a really interesting song. It's kind of like If We Cry Together was like, instead of like an abusive toxic relationship, it's like a fling after like a bar night out or something. So it's kind of got the same kind of thing going on. It's really cool. And Stop By is also really great. So yeah. Plus she's got features from Chloe and Summer Walker in here, which they do pretty well as well.
Is that the chick that's playing the Little Mermaid?
Chloe? No. I think that's Haley. What is it? Haley something. I want to say Barry. It's something along those lines.
Haley Bailey?
Haley
Is that
Bailey,
it?
Haley Berry.
Haley Bailey?
Is it?
Wasn't she in a group with Chloe and... Isn't that something?
It's Chloe and... frick, we are so bad. Chloe and Holly.
Oh.
Yeah. Who is this?
Is that the chick who's playing the Little
Halle
Mermaid?
Bailey. That is the chick that's playing the Little Mermaid.
Oh, okay.
that's
So
cool.
just her sister
Yeah.
on this record? Okay.
I did not know that. Okay, that's cool.
You didn't know that? I
No.
knew that. Well, kind of.
I didn't put the pieces together like that. Because I kept getting the name confused with Halle Berry at first. So I was not thinking in that same area.
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's cool. What else? Bjork has 2 new songs out.
What?
I listened to the first of the 2. Atapos? I don't know. It's really cool. It's really weird. I've never heard like a clarinet like this. I don't know if it's a clarinet or a bassoon or whatever it is. It's a weird woodwind in this weird dance track. This is just gonna be forever every Bjork thing, I think. This is so weird. She's being avant-garde like so purposefully. It's just so out there. I mean, it kind of bops though, so I'm not mad at this. I think her new record's coming out in a week or two, so I'll probably check that out. I don't think we'll do a reaction to it. I feel like Jerry would absolutely despise this because this literally is artsy for artsy sake.
Oh yeah, I would not like that.
But that was pretty good as well. I think that is pretty much it.
No,
I'm
it's
back
not.
in.
You
Okay, what do you
coward.
have?
You don't
What
even
do you have?
know. You
What?
don't. I've referenced it twice, and you don't even know. It's coming out November 4th. It's called Heroes and Villains by Metro Boomin.
Oh, okay.
It's big news.
Okay. Have you heard a Metro Boomin song?
No,
Okay.
but it's big news. He's collaborated with Drake.
Oh, I could talk about Drake. We could talk about Drake.
We don't need to. I was just saying. I don't. I think.
No, I kind of want to.
Oh, okay. Oh, the Fantano thing.
Yeah. 'cause
Okay,
that
we
was,
can talk
that
about
was kind of
that.
wild.
That was a weird thing.
So Fantano made a video saying that Drake DM'd him, and then Fantano's editor made like a really like realistic looking like Drake sent me a recipe for vegan cookies, and it was like a cookie recipe.
Yeah.
And it was really cute. And then like literally 4 hours later, Drake posted on Instagram like the real DM that he sent. Because I don't know if he saw the video and got angry or what, but he leaked his own DM to Fantano that was like, "I rate your existence a decent to light 1." And then everybody clowned on Drake for being weird.
Yeah,
because
'cause
that's so strange.
His thing, like, wasn't he like, the only thing that's good in your life is that you dated or you married a black chick or something?
which is
or
also
something?
weird for Drake to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that side of things. That is not my business. But like, it's so weird. Like,
Yeah.
Fantano literally did you a favor. Like, he made a funny joke out of your DMs and wasn't gonna expose it that you were like being rude to him or whatever.
Yeah.
But instead, you're like, nah, I'm gonna blow this up myself. Like, the people need to know that I did not send him a nice vegan cookie recipe with some very kind wording. I need to let the world know that I was packing probably the weakest insult you could have given the man. He didn't even call him bald. Like, that's the easiest.
That's the
one,
easiest one. Yeah.
So it's so weird. It was really funny though. Twitter was kind of on fire during
Yeah.
that. It was kind of fun to
No.
watch.
That was a good one. So, that's all the news I have. Metro Boomin coming out soon. Excited. I love Savage Mode. Love 21 Savage. Love.
We should listen to Savage Mode. I think you'd like it.
I'm sure I would. I love 21 Savage. He's one of my
Yeah.
favorite feature artists.
True.
I've never
Have
listened
you heard a 21 Savage solo song?
Does Cash In, Cash Out count?
We'll count it.
Okay.
We'll count it.
I've listened to half of one then.
Okay.
I've listened to the whole song, but
That's good.
he's only in half of it.
Yeah.
So,
That's it. Phoebe Bridgers is back in my rotation because it's getting somewhat colder out. It's still not cold out, but like I'm
right
jumping
now.
the gun here because
everybody's jumping the gun. Everybody's getting
Yeah.
their pumpkin
look,
spice.
it's fine. I need this right now. I need Phoebe Bridgers back in my playlist. So
Hey,
she's all up in that thing.
You know, I'm not knocking it. Give Me a Minute, a record I talked about last week. It's definitely full vibes, and I'm rocking it every day. I guess Claro is kind of too.
Yeah, I fit Claro in there too.
Okay.
She's even more wintry, kind of. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. This Immunity one, this record I'm still really liking.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for Monday. I guess spoiler alert. for the
They won't
video.
know. You gotta dig deep to find this.
Well, if you listen to this podcast at 7 a.m. before you watch the video that comes
Yeah.
out at 1 p.m.,
You deserve to know, actually. Then.
yeah, you're getting us spoiled. We're listening to Claro Sling, a record
Yeah.
I've waited probably a year to listen to.
Yeah. So we're knocking 2 heavy hitters out right away. I got my number 1 pick. You got your number 1 pick.
Very excited.
We're kind of owning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will have to listen to the new Arena Sawayama record. I have not had time to do that yet, but I've seen people kind of digging that thing, so definitely want to jump on that. I think everything else that came out this week, I'm kind of mid on. There's like a Death Cab for Cutie record out and Mars Volta record out, but I have not listened to either of those.
Wait, Death Cab
bands
for
before.
Cutie. Wait, roll that back. Death Cab for Cutie's back?
Yes,
Oh.
it was kind of out of nowhere. At
Okay.
least from what I saw. I didn't really know it was happening, and then I just saw it under new releases. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Good for them. I know a lot of
But-
people love Death Cab for Cutie.
True.
I think we have a record. We have Transatlantic.
Yeah, that's like their
Transatlantic
classic record.
System.
Transatlanticism or something.
Yeah.
I can look it up. I know it's a crow with some red thread on it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Transatlanticism.
I've listened to some of Plans, and Plans is pretty good.
Okay. I know them famously from the Chance the Rapper's The Big Day record.
Mm.
Death Cab for Cutie was on it for some reason.
So weird. It's like how like U2 was on Damn, where it's like
Yeah.
there's no way the whole band is here.
It's just Bono.
Just Bono. I forget who the guy is in Death Cab for Cutie that also did like the Postal Service.
Oh, yeah. I forgot his name. Frick.
Ben Gibbard.
Ben Gibbard. I was thinking of Will Toledo, but he's the. I always get Death Cab for Cutie and Car Seat Headrest mixed up.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah, both of them
Something
are
about
car
it.
related.
That's true. That's probably it.
Just like how I get Lingua Ignota and who's the chick that
Indigo de Souza.
Indigo de Souza.
Yeah, those kind of like have the same kind of vibe to the
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Which I think Lingua's coming back too. I think she posted something on Twitter.
Everybody's coming back.
I'm ready to get mentally scarred again. Actually, I've listened to all Swans. I feel like I'm immune to most things.
Yeah,
at this
you
point.
might be. You might be. I'm trying to think of one of the artists that I would like to come back, but I think all the people I wanted to come back came back, and then it was bad.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Like Casey
Besides
Musgraves and John
Kendrick kind
Mayer.
of knocked it out of the park.
Oh yeah, I guess Kendrick's the exception. I was thinking of Casey Musgraves and John Mayer. And Post Malone.
And Post Malone.
I guess those are the big three. The Weekend
Yeah.
was good, but that wasn't a big hiatus. That was just a couple years. So that's it for this podcast. Anything you want to plug while you're here?
This is all I have to plug. So now
You're not going to
watch
plug the
our
main
Loveless
channel?
video. I put a lot of effort into it.
Good. I hate
And by that I mean I just stretched out the editing process by like half editing, half watching random stuff at the same time. So it took like twice as long as it should have. But like,
What?
I think it still came out pretty good.
Okay. I need to be doing more editing effects, I guess, because I am not doing any, and then you've been
Yeah, I've been
going
going kind of hard.
been going hard. I don't know what to do though. Usually I'll say something and then like it'll be a reference to
Then I'll do
something, so then I'll
something,
like pop
yeah.
up the tweet I'm referencing or whatever.
Yeah.
Or have some funny edit. But I don't go hard and make a Kim Wexler fan cam or anything like you did.
No, I just stole it from Twitter, but it still took a little bit of effort.
Yeah, I did recognize that one because I often search for Kim Wexler fan cams
Of course.
on Twitter.
It's the normal thing to do.
Kim Wexler is probably one of my favorite fictional characters in terms of hotness. So I like looking at her
Okay.
in a fan cam.
Yes.
Did you hear that Vince Gilligan called her Milfy?
I did not. That's
I'm sorry for ruining Vince
That
Gilligan's
is-
image.
It was strange.
He's a weird dude.
I feel like you have to be weird to make Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. So.
I watched a couple interviews with him. He's a weird guy, but he was like talking about like the last season of Saul. He was on someone's podcast and he was like, yeah, I get all these things about Rhea saying that she's milfy, and then like the other guy laughs and he's like, which I mean she is, and then he like continues talking like he didn't just call Rhea Seahorn milfy. Yeah, I don't know. He's he's just that kind of dude. Just to offhand call someone milfy and then dip. You should have called Jonathan Banks milfy. Jonathan Banks is very milfy.
That's true.
Mike
He's the Dilfiest of Dilfs.
He's the Dilf. Who's more Dilfy, Mike in Breaking Bad or Mike in Better Call Saul?
I want to say Mike in Better Call Saul because he has more of a prominent role.
That is true. He's also way older.
He is, which is kind of strange since it's
Yeah, it happens before.
I'm looking at it from the lens of the time period and not the physical actor.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I see. I think
The idea of the man.
Yeah. I think I would also do Better Call Saul because he looks more like a bulldog in Better Call Saul, and I think that's kind of cute. Honestly, if all of my partners in life could look like bulldogs, I think
I just want to date Mike Ehrmantraut.
I would love to date Mike Ehrmantraut. I've been seeing so many posts on 4chan from people. I'm not on 4chan. I just need to clarify that. I have been seeing them reposted.
Disclaimer.
I am not on 4chan, but I have seen 4chan posts from people who are like, I have no idea how to operate in real life, but I've always related to Mike Ehrmantraut, so I decided to act like Mike Ehrmantraut, and it's working out great. I'm like, it is probably not working out great for the people that you are interacting with, because Mike is not a very personable person.
That's so.
That's so. He's nice to one person
Yeah.
the whole show. Otherwise, he's mean and kills people with a silenced pistol, which is pretty awesome.
But he's so cute when he does it.
He is cute. He's very cute.
He's got that stoic, cute kind of vibe to him,
Yeah. Well, I think we should end every podcast with Better Call Saul shipping?
Yeah.
Simping?
Yeah. All the words probably apply.
Yeah. So, see you next week. We're going to talk about Saul and his foot fetish. Not Bob Odenkirk. Saul's foot fetish. It's going to be really interesting.
Don't place it on the man, place it on the character.
That's right. Well, Bob Odenkirk might have a foot fetish.
Maybe.
The
It's
jury
kind of
is still
unconfirmed.
out.
Yeah, we're still
Because-
kind of waiting for the investigation to open up to the public.
Yes, because he did like a foot account on his Instagram, and then he unfollowed it once people noticed, which I don't know why he didn't make a private Instagram for that. But
He doesn't know that.
He
He's
doesn't
like
know that.
60 or something.
He's old, very old. I'm gonna look it up, and he's gonna be like 38. So that's not
That's a
even
hard
close.
38.
He was writing for SNL in the 80s, so
That
like
is a hard 38.
he's at least 60. No, he's not 70. But yeah, we'll talk about that next week. See you next week. There's going to be a big Xbox Direct because last week I predicted that there was going to be a Nintendo Direct and then there was. So next week there's going to be a big Xbox Direct. We're going to get Starfield gameplay. We're going to get Skyrim 2 gameplay, and we're going to get a new commercial where the Energizer Bunny goes even faster.
Oh.
That could be cool.
So stay tuned. Next week I'm going to be talking about it. Bye!